Hey there guys, my name is Wakefield and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be having a review on the RailRoad model P2 class LNER. I worded that entirely wrong. Just read the title, you'll see what it is. But anyway, this is here. Class P2 Cock of the North. Choose to laugh at that or not because of the name, but this name it's from a Scottish clan, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. I've got this at a railway sale. As you can see, railway sale-esque sticker. £72.95. I think these things go for more expensive. Now, if you don't know what a P2 looks like, I am so sorry. This thing's in the way, yes. But before I open it, there is a bit of history about the P2s. The P2s are in fact extinct. They were rebuilt and then scrapped. But in the 1930s, I think more than 10 years after Flying Scotsman was built, for example, Sir Nigel Gresley designed the P2 class. There was 6 of them. And in the 1940s, Edward Thompson came along, redesigned them for A2/2 Pacifics. The P2s weren't Pacifics, they had a different wheel arrangement, 282, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the A2s did have a wheel conversion of a Pacific, which is of course a 462. Now, 10 years later, roughly 10 years later, Cock of the North, as well as the other 6, were built into the A2/2s, and by the end of steam, they had all gone. And I think Cock of the North was scrapped in 1960? I honestly think. But this is in the 1930s to 1940s. P2 shape, Cock of the North. Sorry, I meant to say apple green, LNER. Let's get it over with. Let's get it unboxed. Oh, and it's also a DCC ready model. Let's just go. Right. We get this polystyrene packaging, and if we open it, oh, there's a P2. That's what a P2 looks like. Does it have sprung buffers? No, because it's a RailRoad model. And here is the fitting of the maintenance sheet. If we open it up, it tells you where to oil, where to put the chip, if you want to add the chip. I might do. You could also have a DCC sound socket, which I might do. Is it round the back? Yeah, round the back you have detail packs, which I'm not even going to bother for now. But let's have a look at the P2, and this has been covered up for a while now, so I will show you the engine first. I would say that there's no point showing the tender, but the tender is as equally as important as the engine, isn't it? So let's show it. This is quite heavy. This is a plastic chassis model, and this is what I can get away with putting it on plastic. This is what Cock of the North would have looked like in the 1930s. Now, if we have a look at the front, absolutely beautiful. Smoke box doors. Yeah, smoke box door is well and truly detailed, even for a RailRoad model. Yeah, front couplings. Well, there isn't one. This obviously doesn't need one. I recommend you don't, because, well, it'll just take some of the quality away. It's an express passenger locomotive from Scotland, so, well, it was. So, I don't recommend putting a front coupling on. Unless you want to tow it, then yeah, by all means, put one on. I'm not stopping you. There's the name, Cock of the North. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you laughing at it, because that was actually a real thing. Now, I was saying about the wheel conversion earlier on. This has 2 wheels at the front, 8 driving wheels, and 2 wheels at the back. Oh, and there's the running number, 2001. And do we have cab detail? I think we do, but it's not shown, not coloured in. As you can see, some very fragile parts, running parts. Let's look underneath. I don't know why, in case you wanted to. Yeah, here is the bit where the tender connects to, and I will show you the tender now. The tender is miles lighter. It's like a feather compared to this, but you can have it running on different radiuses. There's 2 holes there, so you can either choose the first hole or the second hole, depending on what you want. Now for the coal, for railroad models, this is actually decent. I don't know if it's removable. It might be, but I won't try it. This model does use NEM couplings. You can choose to remove that one. Again, no sprung buffers in the back. This model has 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 wheels. And as seen on the tender, as seen on the tender that way, this runs on, or the locomotive runs on 12 volts, as you might know with Hornby. Now, this is removable. I'm not going to remove it though. I'm not even going to connect the tender, but this is what the full version of the P2 will look like. A very impressive machine. I just hope this model runs as well as it looks. I mean, that just looks absolutely quality. Even for a RailRoad model. I mean, if you bought a Railways model, there's a bit of detail here which is orangey. It's more detailed. I don't have a picture of it, nor do I have the model, nor do I need the model. But yeah, other details I should go over. This has a double chimney. The vents slide. Kind of hard to show you, but it does. 2 safety valves covered there. Water tank there. I don't think they're called removable. Am I missing anything else? Oh, yeah, this does not have a corridor tender. Let's just get this ugly bit off. Other side just looks like the other side, actually. So yeah, I do not have a model railway yet. Planning one though, as I mentioned in the J50 video. If I haven't uploaded that yet, I am so sorry, but it will be uploaded. But this engine is a masterpiece, an absolute master, and it is a shame that they've all been scrapped. And it's even more of a shame that they were in their their A2/2 form. Don't get me wrong, I think Edward Thompson's a brilliant inventor, but in this instance he was a prat. He shouldn't have altered them. I mean, you're talking about the time when, I think it was 1943 when the design first started happening. Sir Nigel Gresley, God, why did I forget the name? Yeah, Sir Nigel Gresley died in 1944, a year later. And I'm not sure whether he said the design... Oh, here's the bit that was orange here. But I'm not sure whether he said, yeah, I accept your permission. You may change this to whatever you are doing. Now, if I was Sir Nigel Gresley, I would just straight out ban that rule. I would keep the P2 as it is. If you don't know about the P2 as well, a P2 group, I forget what the group is, are designing a new P2 now. I said there were 6, but there's a 7th one being built. 2007, called the Prince of Wales. You may have seen the model version of it on YouTube, and you may have seen it being built in real life, or images built in real life. I don't know. But yeah, Hornby P2, I absolutely recommend it to any LNER, obviously, LMS, GWR, or SR, Southern Railways fan, I recommend it. So I just give this model a 10 out of 10, straight 10 out of 10, even without running. I'm just glad that I've got it. I really am. I want to keep this one in pristine condition, and if I read the instructions right, I may insert a sound chip, and I may to add these features. I'm not sure if you can see, but also let me just go over the the parts really quick, the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s on this. So number 1 is lubrication. You are to use little bits of oil on the highlighted bits, it looks like. Number 2, accessories. This pack contains accessories. You can put your own accessories on. Number 3 is assembly. If your product includes electrical connections between locomotive and tender, to remove the electric plug. Wait, does mine? No, I don't think so. That's if you wanted to connect the coupling. Number 4, close coupling. To create a closer coupling, just move the tender like this to like this, or like this to like this, and then screw it on if you want to just screw it on. Number 5 is body removal. You will need to do this if you want to service it, and that includes the tender. Number 6 is sound and DCC. If your locomotive is not pre-fitted with a decoder, see figure 12, which is, I don't know. For location of DCC socket, see figure 13. The location for the DCC and sound socket. So, oh, I see. So the figures are there. So that's where you put the chip, and that's where you put in the sound. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the overall review of the brilliant Hornby P2 class. Absolutely brilliant. I recommend you get it. Mine was £72. I believe they're to the £100, £99 range, I don't know. But anyway guys, that marks the end of the video. I'll see you guys very soon.